Hello everybody, welcome to the stream, welcome to another day in Azeroth. Hope everybody is doing fantastic on this Thursday. Lael, Dreamit, Wayne, Dustin, Chaos, David, welcome everybody. What is new? What is good, guys? Inventory looks pretty good, actually. Need to get away soon to use this bruiseweed. I think I want to go out to Lakeshire and fish. I think that's what I want to do, and I think I want to start off with some questing today out there too. Should have some level 16 and 17 stuff.
You need something? See you around.
Indy, welcome to the stream. Shane, good morning, buddy. Thanks for being here with us. Tor Eric, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. Wojwoda, good morning to you. Cat Lady Jude, welcome to the stream. At some point early today, I want to do one more Deadmines run. We did a Deadmines run yesterday. We got a couple of really good weapons out of it. We have the Cruel Barb equipped, but we also have Smite's Reaver. One-hand axe. If we're going to bounce around between weapon types, how great would it be to bounce around between blue weapons? That would be very nice. So yeah, I'd love to get to the mace. Cookie's Tenderizer. This will be like the only character where I hope Cookie's Tenderizer drops. Usually we're hoping for Cookie's Wand. We saw the Tenderizer drop and a Pally took it. But we could have had the one... I want to complete the one-handed blue set. And then there's also a two-handed mace and maybe a two-handed axe? I feel like the only weapon type you can't find in Deadmines is two-handed sword. You can get everything else. Talon, good morning to you. Welcome to the stream. Alright, I'm gonna pick everything up, and then we'll see what we have. Level 17, assessing the threat. Kill 10 Redridge mongrels, 6 poachers.
Go with honor, friend.
Level 25? I'm gonna leave the level 25 for now. We're not gonna do that anytime soon. Blackrock Menace, level 21 we can pick up.
Light bless you.
Of course, now this guy has the quest. You know what we have to do? And I have to do this before we quest. We gotta go to Goldshire.
Hey there.
For this one here, because if we do that, then he gives us a quest to hunt the whelps here.
See you later.
And I don't want to work on all the other stuff without having the whelp quest.
What can I do for you?
We're gonna fish these up, because we are gonna do some fishing.
Safe travels. Have a good one.
Solomon's Law, what's this? 10 Shadowhide pendants. Okay, this one we do way out to the east. But I can probably grab it now.
See you later.
And we can hang on to it. I feel like I don't often do that one. I feel like I often don't complete Redridge. Like we do like the first half, or we do like 2/3 of Redridge, and I feel like I don't do the last part of it ever. And it does include a lot of elite quests. Oh, I wonder if those elite quests are not elite quests now. Ooh, I wonder. Lieutenant Fangor. This one... Stormwind Stockades, right? No. Not the Stockades quest. CNET, good morning, man. Welcome to the stream.
How are you?
Just thinking about doing some Deadmines sometime early today. Wrathband Caverns. I am not going to do this now. This is a timed quest.
Safe travels.
And then what else? Dry times I'm not going to bother with. A free lunch. Well, it says it's green, but it looks like it's gray. Oh, you have it. There we go. And I think I'm going to set my Hearthstone here.
Need help? Be careful.
Okay. Let's check the mailbox. Looks like we got some mail from the auction house. Oily Blackmouths. Oh, thank you so much. Caitlin, I really appreciate it. And Strangle Kelp. That's gonna help. It looks like we sold one of our 5 stacks. We put up a couple 5 stacks, I thought. If we can sell Elixir of Wisdom consistently for like 4 gold a stack of 5, that's really good. I just don't know if that market's actually gonna hold up. Let's see if we can do this. Foxwood Lollipop, good evening to you, and thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think I'm going to skip the Dry Times quest. That would be another reason to go to Goldshire, but I'm just going to have to go there for the Price is Used quest. Figured out how to lock bag slots in the add-on that I'm using. Under the sort settings, there's an ignore slots option. Yes, that sounds like it's what I need. Let's just experiment here and see. So I like basically I want this entire row, like whatever I put in this row, I just want it to hang out there when I click auto sort. I don't want it to move. I want to keep my weapons down there. Okay, so under the sort settings. Okay, so let's go to settings, sorting. Ignored bag slots, character specific. Oh, okay, what's this? From the bottom. I need 8. It's so sensitive, like my DPI settings on my mouse are really high, to be fair. There we go, 8. Is that doing it? Ignored slots from the bottom. 8 from the bottom. I'm assuming that's what it means. There's no, like, indicator, though, unfortunately. Like in Baganator, it put, like, a little red X to tell me it was working. I guess we just have to try it. Okay, here we go. Yes! Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. I've been struggling with that for a while. It sounds silly, but that's going to make my life a lot easier. Especially when you're playing a melee class and you want to be swapping between weapons currently. I'm always digging through my inventory trying to find my weapons. Even though it auto-sorts them kind of into the right place, but this is much better. This is great, and it worked perfectly. Alright, I am out of vials. Let's go do some fishing, though. Yeah, I want to fish. I don't really care for fishing off the docks because sometimes like it casts straight down and you have to angle your camera way down. Let's just go over here. Yeah, this seems okay. Shane, you always create an action bar just for your weapons. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, like I put some weapons, I put some stuff over here on my action bar. Like I have a shield and a two-hander over here. But yeah, you could have like a straight bar with all of them laid out. That would work probably easier than how I'm doing it. Mr. Blaster, good morning to you and welcome to the stream. Every once in a while I come and I sit down at my computer and I turn on my audio and it just like, it feels like someone has messed with my mic. But I know that no one I live with would ever do that. So it must be my imagination, but yeah, today is one of those days where I feel like everything sounds just a little bit off. Probably just my imagination. My spider office mate, it's like a horde of spiders at this point. Indy, you messed with it. Yeah, it's probably just my imagination. You ever get that sense though, like you sit down at your workstation at your desk and you're like, this isn't right. This is not how I left things. That's kind of how I feel today. $177, man. I feel like my fishing is going to be 200 before I even step foot in Stranglethorn. I'm really proud of this fishing. It's been one of the highlights of the playthrough so far. Karen, good evening to you and welcome to the stream. It's kind of weird to me that I have so much bruiseweed, but I have no way to use it. That's what's been kind of weird. Oh, I can use it. Oh, I see. I just don't have... Oh, you know what? I can do all of this. I just don't have the right vials. How long have I been sitting on this? Like, I just didn't even notice. I'm looking for, like, a number here, right? Well, I have everything I need. I don't have the right type of vials. I've been buying just the regular vials. So every time I re-up on vials, this never pops a number, because it's not the right type. Okay. It looks like we're in business. The alchemy shop is open once again. I actually have everything I need except containers. Luckily, we can buy containers. Fish in real life are disgusting for you, but you love fishing in WoW. Yeah, I don't fish in real life. We tried fishing once. My kid really liked the idea of fishing when he was like younger. When he was like 5 or 6. So we went fishing a couple times, and luckily, like the first few times, we just didn't catch anything. You know, we just had no bites. But then one time we got a bite. And then I had the unfortunate duty of having to, like, unhook the fish And then we throw the fish back because we're not going to eat it. My wife's allergic to fish in the sense that she can't eat it. And so I was like, well, I never want to do that again, because that seemed like the most pointless, harmful thing I've ever done, is to hook this fish and like parade him around while he suffocates and then rip the hook out of him and then toss him back. It's like, how about we just get to the part where he's in the water, we just never take him out. So that was my last fishing experience in real life. But fishing in WoW is great, because I'm gonna cook most of these bad boys, you know? Dave, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. I wonder if I can get a recipe for the spotted sunfish. Maybe he gives me one when I turn in the quest. At least the fish was alive. It probably felt like it won the jackpot. That's the thing, is fish don't think like that. The fish didn't feel anything except pain. It had no idea what was happening. It wasn't like, it's not like a human. Like, we can think about things like that because we have the sense of the past and a sense of the future. The animals don't have a sense of the past or the future. They live completely in the now. And suddenly his now, which was going along perfectly fine, was full of pain. And then suddenly, for some reason, he couldn't breathe. Remember, when you're a fish, you don't know anything about the air. Like, when you're a fish, you don't know anything about the land. Like, it's just not part of your... So, like, I don't think he felt lucky. I think he felt intense pain and discomfort, and then he went back to feeling okay. And so, I think the only time that you should bother fishing is if you're going to eat them. If you're going to cook them and eat them, then absolutely go do it, because, like, there's nothing truer in the whole world than the idea that everything gets eaten. And so if you're doing it from that standpoint, then that's a great time. But if you're hooking them just to throw them back, then you're just creating chaos and pain for no good reason. But that's just my opinion, obviously, based on my own visceral experience. Aquariums are great, because then you just get to go look at fish. Although I'm sure there are ethical arguments against that. But I'm not trying to make an ethical argument for not fishing. I'm just trying to make like a logical argument for it. It's like, if you're going to eat it, fish it. If you're not going to eat it, leave it. It's not really ethics. $184. Can I fish anything right now that I can actually cook? Yeah, we can cook the catfish. We're not guaranteed skill ups. In fact, we're not getting skill ups from anything right now. My cooking skill has exceeded my knowledge of recipes, I guess you could say. I have more skill with cooking than I even know what to do with. And so therefore I'm not going to get much better at it. We need to go to the Pig and Whistle. I mean, we can go to the Pig and Whistle and we can get a bunch of recipes, but I guess it doesn't mean I'm going to be finding, like, the meat or materials for those recipes yet. It's not sentient. Oh god. Oh, I'm worried that Disney and Pixar have created generations of people that are pretty sure animals have some kind of like sentience and emotions. They really don't. I mean, they do have emotions, but not in the way that we do. Just don't put the fish in a tiny bowl with colorful rocks and no plants. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure that happens all the time. Mana potion. Oh, that's exciting. Level 22 mana potion. That was a big boy mana potion. I just fished up a mana potion that my character level can't even use. Well, that's pretty impressive. My son just got some kind of fish. I don't even really want to talk about his fish because like pets stress me out at this point in my life. But somehow my son convinced us to let him have this fish. It's a beta. Yeah, it's some kind of beta fish. But that's all I really want to say about it, only because it's related to this topic. Because, again, pets, the idea of keeping a pet, caring for a pet, the idea that inevitably that pet's gonna die, it just stresses me out. So, it's his fish. I try not to even look at it when I go in his room. I didn't call you out as a Disney loon. I didn't at all. I just said I sometimes worry that people are so exposed to like cartoon renditions of animals and whatnot, through my generation included. I started with Bambi. Bambi was a horrible film that just terrified me and terrorized my entire childhood. So no, it's multi-generational. But I do worry, and I don't think people really think it, but I think it just kind of seeps into their consciousness. They're like, oh yeah, like fish have feelings, of course they do. Oh, and I'm sure they can talk to each other too. Like, I think people just make these logic leaps that actually aren't founded in reality at all, based on stuff like that they're exposed to over a long period of time. That's all. It was just an observation. Probably no basis for it, in fact, at all. Mr. Santa, welcome to the stream. Sinky, welcome. Thanks for joining us today. 20 bristle whisker catfish. I'll probably get about 5 skill ups off the lot of them. Let's see if we can hit 190. If I can hit 190, I'll be satisfied with that. And we can go do some questing. Or we could do Deadmines. We could either go right into some questing, or we can go right in and get our Deadmines run done for the day, because I'm only going to do one dungeon run, I think. So if we get it done early, we can focus on questing for the rest of the day. Maybe we do this level 17 quest first, because the mobs there, they might go gray if we wait too long. Okay, that's 190. We got the spotted sunfish quest done. I hope that he gives us a recipe for it. That would be cool.
Good day to you. Have a good one. See you around.
Murloc fin soup.
Safe travels.
Okay. I wasn't expecting to get Murloc fin soup from doing a fishing quest for a certain type of fish. But okay, so what does that need? Oh, it doesn't matter because it's also green, so I don't even need that. Alright, let's go cook these fish. Then we'll empty the bags again. I want to do this level 17 quest, and then we'll queue up for Deadmines. Oh god, the book Bambi was even more intense than the movie. The deer actively talked about what it was like to be hunted by humans. Jesus. They have to describe their life. They live this life full of anxiety and fear. Like these cute forest creatures, and all they can talk about is like living this terrible life of anxiety and fear. Oh geez, that's not what animals are like at all. Animals are like, they're zen. They live in the right now. And that's it. Sinky, that sounds horrible. Yeah, at least you can still click. That sounds awful. Sorry that happened to you, buddy. Let's see. All right, let's put some weapons on. Let's go with the one-handed axe, and let's get our shield down here. I want the one-handers over on this side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Shield. That's perfect. 3 types of one-handers, 3 types of two-handers. The shield, the fishing rod. If we get pole arms, I'll have to freeze up another slot. But I don't think we're going to be using pole arms frequently enough for it to really matter. Shield. Let's put that on. Mark, thank you so much for the membership. I really appreciate that. Thanks for joining us today. And you're the beta tester for my membership goal bar that I put up, and now I see that it's working, so that's awesome. Thank you for that. Oh, you know what? I could have bought those leaded vials, and we could have done some alchemy. Instead, I just kept blabbering on about wildlife. Gotta get my priorities straight. We got a couple things we have to do, actually. Because now that I'm out here getting fireballed in the face, I realized, do I even want to run through this area at all without having this quest? Like, even to get to those mongrels, there's going to be lots of stuff in our way. And there's going to be lots of stuff in the area that I'd like to fight, and maybe I'm just not ready for the wilderness yet today, chat. I think I might need more coffee before wilderness. Alright, back to the safety of town we go. We need to fly... we gotta get to Goldshire. So let's fly over to Stormwind. And let's do that, and then we'll get the quest for the whelp, whatever parts we need off of them. Whelp tongues, or whelp feet, or whatever it was.
What can I do for you?
Anything else we need to do in Stormwind while we're there? I can't think of anything. We could do the alchemy there, and that way we can see if we have anything new to train. I don't think we're ready for any first aid training yet. No, not even close. And what about skills? We're all set till level 22. So no, it looks like all we need to do is run out to Goldshire. And if we want, we can just hearth back. Once we do that. Because I did set us in Lakeshire. See, Redridge is always easy for me because I do a bunch of zone hopping. So we're going to go into Redridge pretty strong, actually. We're going to go into Redridge strong, and then by the time we get to Wetlands and Duskwood, we'll be a little bit over level for that stuff too. But if you were to try to just do Elwyn, and then right into Westfall, and then right into Redridge, if you do that linear path, like that's like playing WoW in hard mode. But some people do it that way. Some people just do the linear path. And you can kind of do that a little bit better in TBC. Like in TBC, the linear path isn't so bad. But I kind of found out on my Blood Elf Paladin that you do need to zone hop if you want to smooth your own way, so to speak. Alright, I'm gonna go do Alchemy. We'll do Alchemy, and then we'll go to Goldshire, and then we'll Hearth out.
King's honor, friend.
Buffalo Bill, good morning to you, buddy. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for joining us.
I am honored. Goddess, watch your
Okay, so she has nothing yet. Let's get the leaded vials.
Light be with you.
Okay.
Safe travels.
I probably bought too many, that's fine. We can do 12 of these.
I am listening.
Or... Ooh, I wonder though. Like, these are guaranteed skill ups. Making a few of these might not be bad because I could use the health pots. I'm gonna make 5 of the healing potions. Because I actually need them. And if we get skill ups, great. Okay, we missed one. We missed one skill up, that's okay. Okay, let's go here now. And let's do the next 10 points on guaranteed skill ups. And these we should be popping. I don't know if these I guess these must count as a guardian elixir, okay. And that's good. At least we passed 150. I really wanted to be 150 by level 20, so kind of close to the mark. Alright, what can we learn now, if anything?
greetings.
Greater healing potion. What does that want? Life root. King's blood. Okay. We're not finding that stuff yet. Fire... Elixir of Firepower also requires King's blood. If I have regular vials, I could do one of these.
Greetings. Go with honor, friend.
And maybe we could try our luck with skill ups on the lesser mana potions. It looks like, well, that's Strangle Kelp though. How am I on underwater breathing pots? I have a bunch. Okay, I'm gonna try my luck on these skill ups here for lesser mana pots. Unless it goes green, then we'll stop. Which it might do at 160. It didn't. Okay. Yeah, that was really hit or miss. What about the speed potions? Those could be nice to have. Oh, this only lasts 20 seconds. That's right. That's why I don't use these. It's not like you get like a half-hour buff of like swim speed. It's a 20-second buff. Maybe good for running away from Murlocs though. Very situational, but possibly very useful. Alright, we can, let's sell the mana pots. You don't need them. We did the oil quest already, so we don't need the excess. We can get rid of those finally.
Light bless you.
So now it's Briarthorn that we need. Okay, I think that's good for now. Getting into the 160s is pretty good. You assume 5 skill points per level. So 150 at 21 is pretty above pace. Okay. I guess that math makes sense. I guess I could use like the Season of Discovery ones were what? It was 150 at 25, 225 at 40. I don't remember what they did after that. But Sod capped the skills for crafting as well as the level at its brackets. And I think it was capped at 150 at level 25. No, we need to go to Goldshire. This is not what we should be doing. Are there patterns on the auction house for alchemy? I'm sure there are. I feel like I have found alchemy recipes before. Indy, I'm glad you're having fun with that, man. That's interesting. I'm glad that Sod gets a little bit more love. I really enjoyed Sod. I think if anything, the fact that it can have these kinds of events like later on in its life cycle, maybe that will encourage them to do more like seasonal servers like this. Because not only are they popular when they're out, but then they get these resurgences where they get like popular again later. And that's pretty cool. Now, how many seasonal servers can you have hanging around at once? Ooh, I don't know. But maybe a couple. not trying to push anybody there. No, I kind of decided unless it gets really popular. I had so much fun in Sod at the end, and if I go back now, it's not gonna be that way. You know, I was doing raids like almost every day. I feel like we were doing raids. It was great. Like they were partial guild, partial pug runs with people that I was playing with at the time, and I had an amazing time. I got to see a bunch of vanilla raids that I had never seen before, like obviously the Sod versions. But yeah, like a bunch of big raids that I like never would have seen, never would have had an interest in. I got to do all that stuff in Sod. My only regret is not going into... I didn't do the final raid, the one they added at the very end. I guess that's like the one regret I would say if I had any regrets about Sod. It would be that I didn't stick it out quite long enough and stay interested enough to get that last raid under my belt. I think I went over and like just started focusing on Mista Pandaria or something at that point. The Karazhan Catacombs were like the most fun I've had in a 5-man in Classic. Whatever they do for Classic Plus, they should just look at whatever they managed to do with Karazhan Crypts, like the way the dungeon flowed, the way the boss fights were so fun. They were like mini raid bosses, but they weren't raid bosses in the sense that it was like overwhelming. It was just fun to learn it and fun to succeed at it.
Be careful. For the
Yep. And so I know if I go back, like it's not going to be that much fun, you know? Like I don't think I could have that. There's no way to bring that back and like replicate it. Alright, we got the price of shoes done. I don't think there's any other reason to be here. Let's hearth back to Lakeshire. Yeah, if you're completely fresh to it, I would say, yeah, like this could be a good time to check out Sod. Like if you never played Sod, it's in the best state. This is the perfect incarnation of it. you can go get all of your new rune abilities right away at level 1 and start playing with like the new specs, new spells right away. It was a really great time to go in and level some characters at the end and then settling on the melee hunter. Such an amazing time. Yeah, I'm not staying away from it because I don't like SOD. I loved SOD at the end. I'm staying away from it because I just worry that it's not going to be what it was. Because I think people are playing it with a lot of weird caveats, you know? Yeah, I'm sure it's busy. Maybe we'll pop over today and take a look. Sometimes I like to log characters in and kind of like check out how busy things actually are. But I don't really foresee myself playing SOD.
You need something? See you later. For the Alliance.
Underbelly scales and a baying of gnolls. Okay. That's what we needed. So all of our profession stuff is done. You know, one thing we could do, we could probably let this run. Get all these crafted, and eventually that'll get us heavy wool bandage, which we could certainly use. So yeah, we'll continue with our plan. I'm gonna try to work my way like down into these quests. Oh, you know what? We should have one more quest. There should be one more quest for animal parts. I must not have grabbed it. Assad killed your classic guild, so you couldn't enjoy playing it. Yeah. I hear ya. It sucks when that happens, but when there's lots of different versions of the game, like people gravitate towards the versions they gravitate towards when they do, and it doesn't always keep guilds together though, that's for sure. It's when you go with these different versions of WoW and you progress through different eras of WoW, it's like you're gonna have people that are interested. You're going to have people that reach a point and they're no longer interested, or they're going to get interested in some other WoW thing going on over here. And I don't know what it is like, but it must be hard to keep a guild together. With all the different WoW options.
Hey there. Can I help you? How are you?
There we go, goblin deviled clams. What do we need for those? Those are yellow. We need tangy clam meat. I don't think we're getting tangy meat out of the clams we're popping yet, but maybe. Maybe we'll get tangy meat soon. Right now I think we're getting regular old clam meat. I don't even know what I would do in SOD. What would I do if I were gonna play SOD? And most people are playing Horde side. Oh, I would Shaman tank. That would be probably the one thing I can think of off the top of my head that if I were to play SOD today, that would interest me. I would do Shaman tank. Because I just like the melee hunter with no pet and a two-handed sword, I can't do Shaman tank in any other version of the game. I think that's what SOD is like really good for, is like playing classes in a way or in a role that you can't play them like that anywhere else. Warlock tank, mage healer, shaman tank. Just like ways to play those classes that you can't do it anywhere else. Oh god. Where's their ribbon pull? Oh, it's over this way. That's what we have been missing. That's a nice shady spot for the ribbon pull to be. I don't know if I'd set off fireworks that close to a tree, but, you know, to each their own. Let's do one of our flowers. Actually, I'm running low on flowers.
How are you?
Honor the flame. Okay, let's get some more flowers. Alright, now we're good. Soul Shard should not take up bag space. Ooh, you're having some pet class woes. I think it's to balance out the, you know, the Hunter and the Warlock, right? Like, Hunter has to carry ammo, Warlock has to carry Soul Shards. I always carried as few as I could, but that led to problems sometimes where I wouldn't have enough. And occasionally I'd find myself in a situation where I was going to do a dungeon, but there were no mobs nearby that gave XP, but I didn't have Soul Shards, and so I had to go into the dungeon. And I couldn't get the Soul Shards until we were fighting stuff in the dungeon. So, yeah. But at least the Soul Shards are like... they don't take up as much space as ammo. Because you must have ammo. Soul Shards, like, you really do need them, but... you don't always need a bunch of them at once. I feel like it'd be okay if those extra bags, like the quiver and the soul shard bag, could be like additional bag slots. Like beyond your basic bag slots. Since all they can hold is those special items, they can't hold anything else. So it's not as if by having an extra bag slot, you're getting an advantage over other classes. So I just don't feel like why you should be at a disadvantage. The quiver is its own bag. Like, nobody else wears a quiver. And so the quiver shouldn't take up an existing bag slot because nobody wears a bag there, supposedly. And kind of a similar thing with the soul bags. Like, they should just be their own bag slot above and beyond the regular inventory. And that would make sense. Well, that was exciting. When we actually have the Bonfire's Blessing, we can take some chances like that. We just have to be attentive of when we have it versus when we don't have it. It'd be a good idea for Classic Plus. Yeah, maybe. It would be good quality of life. That's for sure. My warrior looks mega geared. I've been buying myself gear pretty consistently off the auction house, and I got some really good one-hand weapons from Deadmines. We got the Cruel Barb, we got Smite's Reaver, and the rest of the stuff I've just been going to the auction house like every like 4 or 5 levels and buying whatever we could. Whatever we can afford, and there's lots of stuff that's up there pretty cheap right now. We've been getting really good greens for like 30 to 50 silver a piece. Somehow the economy here at lower levels is actually very affordable. Man, as long as we can keep good one-handers around, I feel like I really enjoy using the one-hander and the shield. One-hander and shield just feels so good. Like, we hardly ever take damage if we're fighting, like, level-appropriate stuff or under. We just don't usually have a lot of downtime. And if the weapon is good, we're still killing stuff pretty quickly. I do think with the warrior, more than the hunter, it'll probably be important to, like, work on some of those green quests that we skipped on the hunter. Because the hunter in vanilla content was kind of like easy street, so we did end up skipping like a lot of green quests. On the warrior, I don't think we'll handle it that way. Especially because I've just decided to play at a slower pace than we were doing on the hunter. We'll do more zone hopping and not be bothered by working on stuff that's a bit lower than us. Alright, that's it for Knowles. Let's work on Redridge Goulash. I kind of want to finish the green quest here, and then I want to do Deadmines. But I kind of realize if we keep leveling up, then more and more stuff becomes green. I think we'll finish up to Underbelly Scales, and then anything level 20 and up, so we'll leave that for after the dungeon. Well, that was a good time to level up. I appreciate that. Because fireballs really hurt. Level 22, let's see. We're gonna keep going into deep wounds. Oh yeah, speaking of alchemy, we could probably put up a strong Troll's Blood potion. 6 health regen every 5 seconds. It's not a ton, but it will definitely help passively between fights. We have Bruiseweed up here. Soldier's Gauntlets of the Bear. 3 stamina, 2 strength. Those are pretty good. Should hang on to those and see if we can sell them. Inventory's full. Oh, that's really too bad. Alright, let's grab this bruiseweed, then let's go back to town so we can dump our inventory. We are on Thunderstrike EU. Yeah. Yep, I do all my gameplay on the stream on the EU. Since I play during the day, and when I play during the day, it's prime time for the EU folks. So I get to play server time when the most people play. Ah yes, our inventory. I'm gonna get bags soon. I have some money, like I can afford the 14 slot bags I think, unless they've gone up in price a lot. We should get some. Yeah, I think it's time. It's only 8 more slots overall, but we need it badly. It would be nice if we can finish this quest. One more whelp bit. And that'll be less items we have to hang on to.
Greetings. Be careful.
You need something?
Let's see, what can we sell? Opaque wand, cloth bracers, the cloak we don't need. Okay, what animal parts do we need? We need snouts, condor meat, and spider meat. We don't need intestines, we don't need livers, we don't need legs. We don't need ribs. We don't need chunks of boar meat. We don't need 2 stacks of food. Empty vials, I should sell down to 1 stack of leaded vials. Let's go down to 1 stack of bandage. The Murloc
Farewell.
fin soup I could probably just eat. And then one of the speed potions. I'm gonna go down to 1 stack on the speed potions. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna sell the old elixirs of minor fortitude, since we're using the strong troll's blood and we can't have both of them up at the same time anyway in TBC. One of the unfortunate things they did in TBC, you can't stack all of your potions, all of your elixirs. Because now they're broken up into Guardian and Battle, and you can only have 1 of each. Kind of a bummer. Okra I don't need, Okra I don't need. Perfect.
Be careful.
Alright, back into the fray we go. Let's go up to the lumber mill area. I think we can find everything we need, including some of the whelps might be up there too. Free lunch already went gray, which we kind of knew it would do. Let's just drop that one. Keeping the roads safe. Do I ever have a communication problem playing from NA to EU? Do you mean a communication problem like server lag? No. No, I have modern internet. And with modern internet, there's no MS. I have less MS now playing on EU realms than I did back in 2007 or 2008 playing on NA realms. If that's what you mean by communication. If you mean by communication like actual communication with human beings, I mean no more so than anywhere else. Language barrier, no more so than anywhere else. I often feel like I never understand anything anybody says and they don't understand anything I say. And that happens on the US realms as much as it happens on the EU realms. Some people on the EU realms actually have the excuse of speaking other languages though. Whereas like, I don't know what excuse people have on the NA realms when I just can't seem to communicate or get any coherent information out of anybody in a group. Like, I would say I have communication problems with people wherever I go, whatever I do. Playing on the NA realms during the day was painful in the sense that it often felt like everybody was distracted from playing the game. That was one of the big things that eventually made me come back to playing on the EU realms. Is that when I was playing on the North America realms during the day with other North American people playing on the North America realms during the day, I often got the sense that everybody was distracted. Everybody had other stuff going on. Nobody was dialed in or focusing on the game, and I think that affected a lot of the communication issues with the group. You know, and maybe that was just like something I experienced. Maybe it has no basis in reality, but that was how it felt. It felt like the majority of people playing were like in the middle of their workday or something, or they were taking care of kids, or they had other stuff that was supposed to be like taking their time, but instead of doing that and focusing on it, they were trying to play WoW. And so that led to all kinds of issues. It led to people were constantly getting distracted in dungeons. They were having to go AFK to take care of things. Things that if they were playing in their leisure time, they might not have to go AFK to take care of. Whether they had to take a phone call, change a baby's diaper, get the door, like whatever it was always all these things that like if someone were playing in their leisure time, then we wouldn't necessarily have all these stops and starts and stops and starts to these groups. And so here I am. Playing on the EU realm where I can assume like a lot of the people playing right now, they're in their leisure time because it's 7 o'clock in the evening for them. A lot of people have gotten off of work or been off work for several hours, and anybody playing now is probably in their leisure time. Just makes for better experiences. No one's rushed. They're not like, oh shit, I gotta get this Zul'Farrak done on my half-hour lunch break, you know? They're just there to do the run. Not working under some strange artificial time constraints that the rest of the group can't possibly know or care about. Alright, we've got the underbelly scales we need. We've got the condor meat we need. We need 3 more snouts, and we need all of our spider meat. I don't think I accidentally sold any spider meat. Maybe we just hadn't gotten any yet. Alright, instant respawns. I'll take instant respawns, sure. Throw them at me. I mean, I've always played the game primarily for leveling. Even when I was a main raider, like, I just felt like I still enjoyed leveling. I was always working on alts and stuff like that. When I should have been getting my stuff together for the next raid, or when I should have been working on professions for my main, instead I was often leveling alts. That's how I've always enjoyed the game. You know, to me it's always the world of Warcraft. And so, like, it never became endgame of Warcraft for me. It was just always the world of Warcraft. And especially though in Classic, like, I don't understand what people are, what would you want to do at max level? So let's say you boosted a character to 70. Now what are you going to do? Like, what happens now? You know, you've paid to skip 150 hours of an experience, and so what do you do now at level 70? Well, you can go raid. Oh, but first you gotta do a bunch of mandatory dungeons to get attuned. And then if you can find a raid team that'll have you, or if you're lucky enough to be in a guild already, then you go raid. But okay, so you can kill a raid boss once a week. And so that's not really a lot to do. I can only kill a raid boss once a week. Well, why am I gonna rush to get to that? That doesn't seem like something to rush to. That seems like something to do once you're done. Like, oh, it's endgame. Like, I did the whole game. I had my character's whole journey, and now, if I want to play them still at max level, I can log in once or twice a week and I can raid. But I just never understood in Classic wanting to just to get to that point. I get good at, but part of me getting good at my class is like, I gotta level it. So maybe that's the difference. Like, I don't have any interest in picking up a fresh level 70 and trying to learn it then. I want to learn it as it grows organically. I just feel like there are better, like Modern WoW is a much better game for that kind of experience. When it comes to like, oh, I don't want to bother with leveling, I really just want to focus on endgame stuff and getting better at my class and seeing content. Modern WoW is better for that. There's not a lot of content to do in Classic, no matter how you look at it. There's just simply, unless you're a PvPer. Big caveat. If you're a PvPer, great. You should get to max level right away, and you should just focus on PvP. Because you're right, then you have a lot of skill you need to develop. But if we're just talking about killing a few raid bosses every week, well, that's pretty simple to do. You don't need a lot of skill for that. And it can happen pretty quickly, but once it's over, it's over. But if you're going to PvP, then you can do that all day. Well, to each their own. I feel like Modern WoW is better for people that want to focus on endgame stuff. It gives you more to do. Like, by leagues and bounds, it gives you more to do. But whatevers. To each their own. I just know that when I get in the mood for endgame, I play retail. It doesn't happen all the time, and it often doesn't happen for long, but when I get in the mood to focus on endgame stuff, I just want to go play retail. I want to focus on my endgame stuff there. I want to build my my transmog library and all that good stuff. Something that's gonna last. Yeah, I mean, it's part of it's because I don't have any goals. I don't have anywhere I'm trying to get to. I'm not trying to get to a raid spot. I'm not trying to get to a certain level. I'm not trying to get to any certain content. And so I think that's the big difference between how I play and how most people end up playing. Is like most people need like a specific thing to drive them. Like I need to be aiming for something, doing something very specifically with my time. And I don't play games that way. I don't play games because I have to do something specifically with my time, or I'm trying to reach like a certain point. I just play them to have fun. It's just an experience. It's something calming I can do with my time that gets me out of my own head. You know, so like the less time I spend in my own head, typically the better. And yeah, it's good at that. No one comes to my Modern WoW streams. Nobody wants to watch me play Modern WoW because everyone knows I'm a classic person. So when I stream retail, like, you know, some people come and hang out, but a lot of it's people that would come and hang out no matter what I play. And I feel bad for those people because they don't even necessarily like retail. They're just there trying to support me. And it's like, well, I really wish... I love that you're supporting me, but I really wish if you don't like the game, you don't show up to the stream. Because what happens when I play Modern WoW is like, I'm there to have a decent time, but, you know, not everybody likes it. But people show up to the stream anyway. So then I'll have a stream of 80 people. 20 of them are there because they like Modern WoW. And the rest of them are there because they just want to hang out with me. But also, they don't like Modern WoW very much, so like every once in a while people are just kind of like negative towards it. You know? So I don't stream a lot of Modern WoW. I wish I could do a little bit more, you know? I just can't really justify it. We need boars. No, we need boars. We're just not finding any spider meat. Maybe I need to go south of town again. This whole lumber mill area is not really panning out like I thought it would. Let's go south of town. I think if I do any Modern WoW, I think I'm gonna do evening streams. Do like later in the evening streams, because my retail play is on North America. So if I'm gonna do that, I'll probably do some later night stuff. And then maybe more people would show up who are just actually like interested in Modern WoW, you know? Because I only play it when I'm interested in it, and I want the people that show up to also be interested in it. So that we can I can kind of feed off that energy. Dave, you like my modern streams because your computer can't handle it. I mean, then I'm glad to have you there when we do them. Yeah, Modern WoW, they need to rebuild their... If they ever rebuild their game engine from the ground up, it'll run so much better on so many more PCs. Because I feel like they could make it run really good, but they'll have to redesign the whole thing. Maybe someday. If they ever wanted to play on mobile, they're going to have to do some mad optimization eventually anyway. And I'm assuming the end game is to get WoW onto mobile. And so just know that eventually like super optimizations are coming like eventually. And whenever they optimize for mobile, more PCs should be able to run the client because they'll have to have like rebuilt it from the ground up by then. There's no way the current client, the current game engine can like really run on mobile. Not the way it's been stacked on top of itself for 22 years. No, we're in WoW 2. No, we're in WoW 2. So WoW 1 is here you go. WoW 1 is vanilla through Wrath of the Lich King. WoW 1.5 is Cataclysm to Warlords of Draenor. And then WoW 2 started in Legion. WoW 2 started in Legion. In Legion, WoW 2 is in place, and WoW 2 is what Modern WoW is today. Because WoW 1 was vanilla through Lich King. And we had the intermediary phase when we were transitioning, and that was 1.5 CAD to Legion. By Legion, we had all the new character models in the game. We had like really enhanced graphical fidelity in the environments. We had mythic dungeons, which had become a staple of modern WoW today. And all that, so we got world quests, so all that stuff came into play like in Legion. So Legion is the start of WoW 2. There is never going to be like a WoW 2. They're never going to say, okay, we've made a new game, it's called WoW 2, everybody start over. No, that would be insane, and it wouldn't be a good idea. They'll just keep building off of what they have, and just like they're doing. But when you think about WoW 2, just think like that started back in Legion. But eventually they're gonna have to rebuild their game engine. That's all. They're gonna have to rebuild their game engine. It'll be game engine version 2, and it'll look exactly the same as modern WoW looks now, but they'll be able to do more with it, and it'll run better on more pieces of equipment. And that'll be a big step to getting it on console and getting it on mobile, is that they'll have to remake the game engine first. But the game won't look any different. It's still gonna look like WoW looks today. Just gonna run better, which would be awesome for a lot of people. Shane, I feel what you say about like when you play retail, you feel like you get behind. I feel that. That's sometimes one of the reasons why I don't keep up with it. Yep, I understand that feeling. It gets tough sometimes when I want to play, but you don't really want to feel behind. But you know, feeling behind is just this like made up thing inside your own head, right? But it doesn't matter because you still feel it anyway. What happens to me is like when I haven't finished the story of the base campaign, but they're already releasing the next patch that has more story content in it. That's what really deals me the fatal blow. I was like, oh man, I haven't even finished the campaign story. I haven't finished all the side quests I want, and they're already patching in new content. Like, I can't keep up with the amount of content they put out. But you have to think from the perspective of somebody who does play the game every day. That must be great. Like, if you were to play modern WoW, like the way I play classic WoW, like you're going to play 5 or 6 hours a day most days, then it's probably really good to have all that content. But it does make it kind of daunting. From the perspective of a person that wants to play like 5 or 6 hours a week, like you're never going to be able to keep up. And it doesn't matter, like you're not keeping up with anything, but it just, you start to feel like there's so much to like get through. Yep. It often does feel like, you know, they've designed it so the best way to play the game and the best way to enjoy the game is to log on and play it for a couple hours a day. Like, and if you are going to only log in like once or twice a week, logging in once and twice a week to play is going to get really hard to enjoy it. It really does seem to be designed to get people in like most days. Even if you only get in for an hour and you do a couple things, like it does seem designed that they are trying to retain you as a player. Much more than like Classic doesn't care. You know, you can level your guy to 35, you can take a week off, you can come back, you can keep leveling. You know, you can raid log with your guild, you can miss a raid week or two, middle of the phase, not gonna matter if you're in the middle of the phase. You can come back, you can pick up raiding. But yeah, with retail, like, it wants you there every day. It's got lots of stuff to show you. And FOMO is, it's built in, you know. Only you can fight FOMO, but it's incredibly difficult. You know, because you have this problem where you're feeling like you're missing out. There's no way you can fix that. You can't fix yourself. You know, you're the person with the problem. And the problem is, well, I constantly feel like I'm getting behind. Well, how do you fix that? I haven't really figured it out. I've tried a few different methods. You know, I try to approach retail in a way that says, like, I'm going to take it casually. But maybe sometimes I take that overboard. Maybe sometimes I just, like, maybe I would play more and enjoy it more, but I make myself play less, and so I don't enjoy it. I don't know. Haven't quite figured it out. But every once in a while I get in the mood to play it. And oftentimes these days I don't play it because I know nobody wants to watch me play it. And I'm having a lot of fun in Classic. And so I just say, well, you know, I would love to play a little bit of retail, but I want to play Classic too, and more people want to hang out and watch that. And so here we are. But maybe I'll start doing some evening streams once in a while. Maybe that'll attract some more people that are into it. Maybe we can find a nice chill way to play and feel like we're engaging with it. Because it sucks to feel disengaged with like your favorite IP, you know, like Warcraft is my favorite thing, but I often feel completely disengaged from where like WoW is at today. And I don't want to be, and I don't think where WoW is at today is bad. That's the other thing. Like, I don't want to be disengaged with it, and I don't think it's bad. And I do have fun. It's just that the type of fun is not necessarily the same. But I was thinking about going and checking out, they put those hard mode, those little tiny hard mode zones in, and I thought, well, what kind of content is that? Is that the kind of content that I would enjoy running around on my Paladin? I also heard that they restricted mounts in those little areas. So like, I don't know if you can mount it all, but you can't fly. And I thought, okay, well, that's a pretty cool idea for a little hard mode zone. Like, let's get rid of the mount. That's a step in the right direction. And so maybe I'll check those out sometime. See who's interested in that. I miss my Paladin. That's the other thing, is like when I play like a lot of a retail character, I like my retail characters. And I miss my Paladin. Oh yeah, the button pressing is top notch. We'll see. I'll think about putting something on the calendar. Because before, what's going to happen is if I continue to not engage with it, eventually the expansion's going to end. We're going to be at the end of the expansion. I'm going to be getting bombarded with a bunch of story spoilers and stuff, like, you know, I already have been. And then what? And then we go into Last Titan, and I'm, you know, just as behind as I ever have been. They've restricted mounting around vendors as well. Thank God. There needs to be like town-wide or hub-wide like dead zones where you can't mount. The worst thing is like when you're just out questing, or you're out exploring, or even just trying to go to a vendor, when everybody's stacked right on top of the NPC with their massive mounts. And I just, even while questing, sometimes someone would park a mount like on top of a quest NPC, and I'd be like, well, where the hell's the quest giver? I'm like, oh, this giant Brutosaur is sitting on top of the quest giver. I just gotta click inside of him somewhere. You know, giant ass mounts are a problem. Let's throw another fire into the thing and get that buff reinvigorated as well. There we go. Let's find a vendor. I've also wanted to check out the new Demon Hunter spec for a while, and besides one time we jumped onto a mid-level character, like, on a stream, I really haven't been able to do that. I wanted to level one up fresh and see how it felt to level that new spec. Because it had this interesting, like, mid-range vibe to it.
Can I help you?
And I played a red mage for a while in FF14, and that had some cool, like, melee spellcasting mix that I kind of really enjoyed. And I wonder if the Void Demon Hunter's kind of like that. Let's see. I don't need either of these. If we can find 2 more great Gortus snouts, we can do Deadmines. But for some reason, we've had pretty bad luck. Yeah, so you miss your retail characters, but you're having too much fun on Classic. I often feel that way. Yeah, and it's like I only have so much time and etc. But yeah, I feel that way. I miss my character. It's really like I really want to play the Paladin, and then I kind of miss my Shadow Priest that we played a lot of in the expansion prior. When the expansions are so inconsequential to you that you forget their names. War Within. We played a lot of the Shadow Priest in War Within. And I really liked that character too. I've been playing that character since Dragonflight. And yeah, I kind of miss him. I haven't played my Priest at all in Midnight. They haven't even been leveled up yet. The only character that I capped was my Pally. Which is kind of my main, so it's okay. I think the Pally would probably continue to be my main no matter what. That new spec of Demon Hunters topping Mythics. Ooh, nice. Very cool. Every time they add a new spec or a new class, it ends up being overtuned for a while. It's always fun. It probably aggravates people that are not playing it, but it's fun. Yeah, I have a Demon Hunter that I made in the character create, but I haven't leveled her up or played her at all. It's a Blood Elf though, and people are gonna be like, why not Void Elf? Because I want to be Horde side. That's all. Because I want to be Horde side, so it's a Blood Elf. Do I remember the Night Elf Mohawk stuff from Vanilla? Yeah, the commercials with Mr. T? Yeah. Oh, I remember. It's still cringe, kind of, to this day. It was sort of cringe then, and it's still kind of cringe now, yeah. I don't know if Mr. T ever really played WoW. I know there's a lot of celebrities that have played lots of WoW. Like Henry Cavill, Mila Kunis, like there have been people, but I don't know if Mr. T ever played a bunch of WoW for real. And I feel like that level of cringe is only acceptable if he has. Let's see. We need one more boar snout. And welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us today. Oh my god. None of these boars have snouts, guys. Maybe I'm bashing their snouts in with my axe. I don't know. They just don't have snouts. What are in the boxes behind me? The two things up top are books. Those are Chronicles 2 and 3. Beneath that is the World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King board game. Yes, there's a World of Warcraft Wrath of the Lich King board game. And that's what that is. If I knew anything about lighting or how to light a space properly, I could probably have lighting to the effect that you would be able to see those things clearly. But unfortunately, my space and my capability and my knowledge, I can get the lighting to be just like this, and that's about all I can do. One day I'll figure it out. Yeah, that's true. It's small. I'm never gonna make my camera any bigger than this, so maybe that's as visible as that shelf gets. I feel like I'm already too big on the screen for my liking. Lisa, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. There's a horde flag too, but you don't get to see the horde flag because my big head is in the way. I should probably just put the shelf right behind me, since there's nothing on it you can see anyway. And I should move the horde flag to where the shelf currently is. And then people could at least see the alliance flag on one side, horde flag on the other, and then the stuff on the shelf would just be stuff on the shelf. I think I'm gonna do that eventually. That seems like it'll work better for the space. And then you can see both flags. I really find it funny that it's taking us this long to get one piece of gore snout. Very classic. Oh my god, we did it. Alright, so the plan is we turn this in, then I'm going to take a quick break and refill my coffee, and then we're going to queue up for Deadmines. I want to get one more Deadmines run in on this character, see if we can bag a couple of two-handed weapons, because I think our two-handed skill is probably... Yeah, the two-handed stuff's falling behind. Axes are good, our swords are probably pretty good. Maces are good. It's the two-handed stuff I just probably need to start leveling up some of the two-handed stuff. really been enjoying the sword and board, one-hander and shield, but need to keep it all going. At least to get the skill ups. If we don't have to keep using it once we've skilled them up. Gravitate mostly towards using a shield. Wolfpack, I appreciate that. Thanks for being here and hanging out with us. Exponent Poet, welcome to the stream. Happy almost Friday. Oh no. A case of the Thursdays, I've always felt that Thursday should be the end of the work week. A lot of first world countries are developing a 4-day work week.
Hello.
Especially as people start to use AI more and more in different fields. Like, there's just going to be less work for people to do. I don't know why we don't just move to the 3 or 4 day work week now.
Farewell.
And I've worked at corporate, and I still, you know, my wife still works at corporate, so I know how much work corporate people actually do in a day. Y'all could definitely get that amount of work done in 3 or 4 days, and just take the rest of the time off.
Be careful.
We have to detach, we have to decouple the idea of time spent for money value of a salary. That's the first step. You just have to look at the output of work, and you can't correlate the output of work with the amount of hours it took, because that's becoming irrelevant. Things are starting to be made and be developed much faster. And so as soon as you get rid of the idea that you have to work a certain amount of time to accomplish a certain amount of things for a certain salary, then you can start like having more free time. You're not losing any money, you're just making your salary. Maybe you're working 3 or 4 actual days. You know, we're on the cusp. 50 or 60 more years and we'll be there. Slow societal change. Alright, I'm gonna go AFK. I need coffee. And when I come back, we're gonna do Deadmines, hopefully. CNET, if you're around and you want to do Deadmines, that's happening soon. I'm gonna put myself in the queue as soon as I come back, if not, so... Yep, give me a minute. I'll see you guys on the flip side. All right. Well, we got mail. Let's see what the auction, what the queue is like today. Well, we've got healers, we have a DPS, and we have a group. So maybe even as a tank, we might wait. How awesome would that be? Unless we want to put the group together ourselves, which I guess we could. Let's just do that. A level 16 healer or a level 15 healer? I don't know. And in any event, it's a paladin. Maybe we wait a bit and see how this shapes out. Because I don't know about that. Well, it looks like some of those elixirs sold and some of them didn't. Luckily they stack up to 20.
Safe travels. Yeah, we need to go back to a one-hander and a shield. There's too many situations where I just really need to have an interrupt. It makes going with a two-handed weapon challenging. Let's go with the cruel barb for a bit. Jump back over to the one-handed swords. Seeing it, if you're coming online, I'll take myself out of the queue for now. And I will just wait for you. There you go. I'm gonna get Shane into this one. Alright, that's 2 more quests complete. Let's go turn these in, and then we probably should go dance on the pole for a bit. Refresh our buffs. And basically be ready to go do this run.
What can I do for you? See you around.
What can I do for you? See you later.
What about a hunter? There were a few hunters in there earlier. A hunter would be okay. So at this point, the only thing I really need are 2-handers. And I guess if Cookie's Tenderizer drops, I would roll on that. A hunter would be okay. Like, there's a chance a hunter could take something, but they really wouldn't need any of it. None of it would really benefit them, you know? I guess everything is hunter loot, so it's possible. We'll take our chances. It's a pretty well-balanced group overall. Warrior, Paladin, Warlock, Druid, and Hunter. Very nice. Yeah, we don't need ores on this one. Herbalism Alchemy, my friend. Jen, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
We are playing on Thunderstrike EU. We have a sleepy hunter in the group. Clicky clicky. Hey, there he is. Alright, in we go. Let's get Troll's Blood Potion going. Kind of assuming we're just going to go right into the instance. That's what I'm assuming. Looks like everybody's on board. Deadmines seems pretty busy today. It does seem a little busy. Lots of dead mobs, lots of players. Busier than yesterday. Maybe it's a timing thing. Alright. Let's give this a little reset. Do I want to keep the shield on or do I want to use 2 one-handers? Let's see how a couple of pulls go. And then that'll determine like, what we do here.
Van Cleef pay big for your head.
Two-handed hammer. Okay. Let's go ahead and roll on that. That would be awesome to have. And there's the two-handed axe.
How lucky are we? Very, very lucky is the answer, if we win it. I don't think anybody else really needs the two-handed axe. Okay. Very nice. That's really what I wanted. Two-handed blue axe, two-handed blue mace. If we get Cookie's mace, then we're all set. Even if we don't, we're in pretty good shape. And that is level 23. I think this shield might be better than the one we have. I'm gonna grab that shield, we'll check it out later. Because it looks like it's more armor for sure, we'll have to look at the stats.
Check out that noise. We're under attack! Avast, you swabs! Repel the invaders!
I'm gonna see if anybody wants a little bit of mana at this point. Healer's a little bit low. There we go.
Tougher than I thought. I'll have to improvise.
He didn't stun us? Oh my god, did we break him? We must have broke him. Typically he has to stun you before he goes off and does that. We already have the one-handed axe. I've never seen him go down without stunning the group at least once. You stunned him before he stunned us. I didn't know that was an option. Very nice. That's what we wanted. If we get this, then we got every single weapon we could ever possibly want out of this place. Oh, that's so cool. Look at that. Sort that out later. Seems like this has been another really quick run. The agility polearm. There we go. There's some loot for the hunter. Tell me he needs this. I don't need it. Eventually we will want to level up our polearms. But the hunter should definitely take that. There we go. Cool, cool, cool.
None may challenge the all of you. Our cause is righteous. Shall prevail.
Well done, team. Well done. Agility, stamina, cloak. Oh, that's also really nice for the hunter. And maybe everybody else. The druid probably wants it for soloing. Everybody wants that. We don't want it. We got every single piece of loot we could have hoped for. Yeah. So we got, let's put the one-handers over on this side. Here we go. Everyone else is gone. Okay, I see. Alright, do we want to hearth out of here? We can hearth out. Oh, also, we could run out if we want to do the Murloc quests. Yeah, I think I'm going to go do the Murloc questing over on the coast here while we're here. That would be a nice thing to do since we probably won't come back to Westfall on this character after this. $29 minutes and 24 seconds? That's even faster than yesterday's run. Wow. We sped through there. Patrick, good afternoon to you and welcome to the stream. Next thing we'll have to do is stockades in a couple levels. I want to do stockades once. I want to do all the quests when we have all the quests, and then I don't want to do stockades again. Since there is no loot in there, let's just get all the quests. We'll do it one time, probably tomorrow or the day after that. And that will be it for stockades. We should try some of the two-handed stuff, that's true. There we go. We'll try some two-handed for a while. While we have our bonfire buff for the bonus damage. We're in combat with something somewhere. I just don't know what we're in combat with. I don't see anything in combat with us. Oh, this guy. Where did he come from exactly? I have no idea where he came from. Maybe... Oh, he must have ran off or something. I don't know. Unless one of our runners aggroed him. That was weird. And our inventory's full. This guy over here's not a vendor, is he? How nice would that be? We have to go all the way to the northern side of this place too to get some of these guys. The coast runners, I think, are up there. The warriors are pretty far to the north. And then we'll have to make our way all the way back down. Doing all that with no inventory space seems like a really bad idea, though. There's a vendor in Moonbrook. That might be as close as we get. Alright, well let's see if we can get over to Moonbrook and go use that vendor. Well, I think I need something from him anyway. Doesn't he have the recipe to make rage potions? Can I seriously not get up this hill? Are you kidding me? Yeah, CNET, I don't know. I mean, Crusader Enchant will be great. Maybe just on a higher level weapon. Because I feel like I'm going to be swapping weapons so often, and all of our weapons are so good. Which one would I put it on, you know? But at a higher level, maybe that'll be less prominent. And we'll just put it on something good. Put it on the tanking weapon. Yeah, maybe. That'd be a good idea. Want my main tanking weapon, because I have been dual wielding. For the most part, I've been dual wielding. Occasionally, I've had a shield, but that run was mostly no shield. Yeah, faster than the 2 mage run. I don't feel like I pushed the healer too hard. I was looking at their mana every once in a while. Never seemed like they were getting too low. And the one time we got pretty low, we stopped. So yeah, just really good run.
Hey there.
The shield we found is better. Alright, that's cool. Let's sell the old one. Sell the old weapons. don't think we need clam meat anymore. I think we need tangy clam meat. So we should be able to sell the old stuff.
You need something?
Slimy Murloc scales, I think. Do we need that for the quest in Redridge? No, those are Murloc fins we need. Okay, let's sell those.
For the Alliance.
We can learn the Rage Potion. What kind of mats do we need for the Rage Potion? Sharp Claws. Oh, okay. Interesting. If I do these, then that'll use up some of our inventory. Maybe get us down to 1 stack of bruiseweed. Yeah, we do need SFK, but SFK is a pain to get to. We will do some SFK runs. I don't know when, but probably have to do it soon. Gotta find out what level is the, are the weapons equipable, though. Let's see. Shadowfang Keep. Level, oh yeah, like any, oh man. Oh, right now, basically. Yeah, we'd have to be doing this, like, soon. I can't gain too many more levels, otherwise... Oh, that looks really nice, too. The Phantom Armor. Yeah. The Arced War Axe and the Commander's Crest. I gotta do that soon. Maybe we should try for tomorrow, for SFK. Have to get myself all the way out there. Shane, of course, man. We'll probably try to do it around the same time, like maybe an hour or so into the stream. Try to get it in relatively early. It's going to be a bit of travel involved. Although since only 2 people need to get out there, it won't be too bad, but I want to get the flight points and stuff. Oh, we do have a talent point to spend. We're going to put that into Deep Wounds. After that, we have to spend 1 more point somewhere. Maybe we come back up and put points into Improved Heroic Strike. But we'll grab Impale as soon as we can. I know we have to make our way all the way to the north to get some of these guys. So we're gonna have to make our way all the way back down to turn it in. I'm gonna try to skip some of them on the way up, and we'll have to be fighting a lot on the way back too. Warriors are in this area. It's the coast runners that are all the way up north. Ideally, the best way to do this quest is to work from north to south, but we didn't do that today. It's gonna create some additional running back and forth. The only robes you'll ever need are the Erigel robes. Erigel robes are the only robes a Clothy needs. Wear those all the way till Scarlet Monastery. Alright, there we go. Now we just have to head all the way back down to coast to turn this one in. And hopefully we can find old Merc guy along the way. And after that, it's goodbye Westfall. Forever, at least on this character. Let's level up the two-handed mace a bit. Current skill is 92 out of 115. We are going to head back to Redridge and just pick up right where we left off. If I hit 25 and I haven't been in Duskwood yet, then we'll go right to Duskwood and we'll start doing the intro stuff. And then we have to think about wetlands too. But I think I want to do the rest of this little bit here in Redridge first. What level do warriors get Berserker stance? I think it's 30. It could be 20. You know, we could have already had the quest. I'm notorious for not really caring about Berserker stance, because I don't often use it. Because if I'm tanking or soloing, typically I'll be using battle stance or defensive stance. So I have no idea. Either level 20 or level 30. I have a feeling it was level 20. It's 38. That's a weird level for it to be. But okay. Like I said, I don't really plan to use it much anyway. But we'll get it whenever we can. I think getting it involves going to that little island off of Ratchet. So 38's pretty good, because on Alliance we'll have to take the boat from Booty Bay to get out there. Is the quest long, or is it just go to the island and do the thing? I think we just have to go to the island and do the little battle arena thing. Getting to the island's the long part, but it should be okay if we've been to Booty Bay by then. Which at level 38 we should be. It's another one of those things that's easier for the Horde side to do. than it is for the Alliance side. Yeah, all the travel on the Horde side's better. Like, the whole way through the game, basically. Am I planning to do any more hardcore characters anytime soon? Probably not soon with a lowercase s. No, nothing in the immediate future. I know I'll come back to hardcore someday. Eventually I will get the itch. Usually coincides with whenever, like, if it's popping off, if it's popular, if lots of people are suddenly into it, then I'll go back and play it. If not, I gotta wait till I get the hardcore itch, which has not happened since TBC's been out. It's really too bad we didn't get a hardcore TBC server. Because I bet if we had a hardcore TBC server, I probably would have a hardcore run going. Probably wouldn't be the only run, but there'd probably be one. It's like, once I have TBC, I really don't want to go back and play with the vanilla stuff. And if you want to do hardcore, you gotta go back and play with the vanilla stuff, and I don't really want to. Dante, good afternoon to you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. There's old Murkai. We have a full inventory. I'd love to fish right there. We'll do that before we leave. I don't know if I need any of these. Well, I have some clams to open. Yeah, see. Inventory's full. Oh, great. Okay, perfect. Yep, I know it's full. That's what I'm trying to fix. do that then. There we go. Which class is the most fun for me? I don't know. It depends on the version of the game I'm playing. But Warrior's always fun. Warrior is probably the class that's constantly fun. No matter what the game or what expansion we're in or what have you. The person to the south of here that sells fishing stuff. Oh, that's right. Should check him out and see if he has anything. But more importantly, I could vendor to him. We're gonna hearth out anyway, but I'm gonna go see what he's got. We're about to hearth back to Lakeshire.
Hey there. Have a good one.
There we go. That's better. It sucks that I gave up on the hunter. Yeah, but it's okay. If I'm not having fun playing something, I'm not going to keep playing it. And if I'm not having fun playing something, then people aren't going to have fun watching it, then what are we doing here? Yeah. I'm not here to like meet any certain goals or to get any certain characters to cap. Or even to do any certain amount of endgame. I'm just here to hang out, explore Azeroth, and have a good time. So if I stop having a good time, I don't try to keep playing the tune. And the Hunter, unfortunately, became one of those instances where I stopped having fun with the class. I stopped having fun with our interactions about the class. And so I don't plan to play it. That's all. That's how I do it. If I'm not having fun for whatever reason, I'm not gonna, and it doesn't invalidate the fun that I had on it. I had a lot of fun in the vanilla content with the Hunter. When I got into Outland, we stopped having fun. Many different factors came together to cause that feeling, but it's okay, it happens. And if what I always tell people is like, if you're interested in watching someone do endgame stuff, this is probably not the channel for you. There's lots of really good channels out there where the creators focus on only doing endgame content. So I would say like check out one of those streams. Like I'm not the person who's gonna get a character to cap and hard play that character and do all the endgame stuff every day and focus on that. If I'm gonna do endgame stuff, it's gonna be in retail. Retail is where I get my endgame fix. I don't play classic for the endgame. I don't play classic for the stuff I do at level cap. I play modern WoW for the stuff we do at level cap. And I play classic WoW just to explore and level up tunes. Every once in a while we do some endgame stuff. But it depends on what the expansion is that we're in. And it depends on like what my situation is, if I have a guild or people that I play with. Anyway, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in a couple minutes, refill my coffee, all that jazz. And then I think we're gonna focus on finishing stuff up here in Redridge. Be back soon. Alright, we are back. Valnentia, welcome to the stream, buddy. Thanks for joining us today. Alright, Murloc's up first. Let's just jump into the water over here. We can probably jump through the lake. We can swim right across this way. Find plenty of Murlocs doing that. And then we'll come up in their little town area and finish the quest over that way. Oh, you know what? Ribbon pull. Gotta remember the ribbon pull. There was a big chunk of yesterday where I didn't have it and I just gave up on it. But let's go get it. I didn't get too far without it. Well, unfortunately, like, I decide what's going fine. And if I don't think it's going fine, I just don't bother with it. That's all. I think I've said everything I'm going to say about it. I don't need to say anything else. But thanks for your input, though. I'll file that in T for trash. Next hunter stream? What hunter? What hunter? JSS, you find you can't stand male blood elves and night elves? No, there's really nothing in the game I can't stand. I don't tend to play the body type A or male characters because I think most of the male character designs are bad. The blood elves are one of the few male character designs that I think are okay. I just don't play them that much. My main back in the day was a male blood elf. Holy pally. Now the male night elves, I don't hate them, but they have some weird musculature proportions that I don't really care for. They're proportioned weirdly. It's weird that, like, the female night elves look more like an average human than the actual human model. Like if you look at their actual physique, the female night elves look actually just more like a normal physique. But then like the male night elves just have weird musculature proportions. It's kind of like trolls. Like for some reason the male trolls can't even stand up straight, but the female trolls are fine. Like they're fine. You know, they can stand up just fine, no problems. Same thing with orcs. The males can't stand up. The muscles they have are too cumbersome and bulky, but the females are okay. Somehow they came out fine. It's funny. Why do I feel like Murlocs don't have a very diverse diet? They seem to only eat clam meat. And adventurers. I guess we are also part of their diet sometimes. We are the other white meat. Alright, that's 8 out of 8 for the Murloc fins. Let's head a little bit further to the east. And we can do Blackrock Menace. Alright, what do the weapon skills look like? Two-handed axes and two-handed maces are pretty good. We're a little bit behind on two-handed swords, but we don't have a really good two-handed sword. I might go back to some of the one-handed stuff so I can get the shield back out. Let's go one-handed mace and the burnished shield. Not as cool looking as our prior shield, but better stats. Well, I fucked that up. Oh, guys, it's been a really great day today. I've had a good time here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I'm gonna call it right here. I've got some stuff going on at my house that I need to go investigate and probably take care of. And I'm just about out of time for today anyway, so I'm gonna park it right here for today. We're gonna eat our stupidity debuff, and we'll pick up right back here tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for all of the support. As always, take care of yourselves out there in the real world and take care of each other. And we'll see you back in Azeroth again very soon. Bye for now.